I'm gonna rest. I never sweat. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch.
Accessibility settings.
You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration options.
Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
Ready. Yellow lady. Over.
This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his third Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They try right side here, Gurley. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the AFC, the Jets' Andre Roberts. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that one results in 35 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after.
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle.
C.J. Mosley on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC adds on to their lead. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score it.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike. And that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation, I would continue to go in that direction.
5-9. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
2 Pro Bowls in 2 years for this man. It's Alvin Kamara of the Saints. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On second down, Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Myles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down. Now Breeze on third down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
He better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Jason Myers now for the AFC field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. He spins free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On second down, Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. Room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in for the touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He strikes quickly for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Caught left side Hopkins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. Fielded at the 20. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the NFC will take over first and 10. Play action. Breeze. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
12 yards there as they move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Breeze now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary They really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, it's Connor, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC. An 11-yard touchdown. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Benardrick McKinney.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Breeze. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Here's Breeze. Steps away. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Breeze going to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again they run with Gurley. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. taking it in from 7 yards away. And the NFC able to get a bit closer.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come up for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Running with Kamara. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be secured by the AFC. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. And Cook has it, left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
So that'll back him up 5. On 2nd down, it's Connor. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, Connor. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On play action, now Breeze. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Sammy.
One final try here for Breeze. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody...
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy classic Madden with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game in exhibition.
wanna rush. I never sweat. Ice in the rush. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it.